2017 nominees, we had Horizon Zero Dawn,
Mm-hmm.
Persona 5, PUBG, Super Mario Odyssey, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Why you said
So,
PUBG so fast like that?
so Breath of the Wild was the winner. Any
That's
disagrees?
that didn't surprise anybody, honestly.
It
Like
didn't.
you
Anybody
had,
disagree?
The thing
not
is,
really.
I ain't even played Breath of the Wild, and I know that was Game of the Year.
Yeah, I did. I played a little bit of
I
it.
wouldn't say I knew it was Game of the Year, and I'm gonna say why I didn't
knew.
know. I didn't know it was Game of the Year
I
because
knew.
Nintendo did something that I never seen a company do. They put two of their biggest games, like their biggest franchise, out in the same year. They put Mario and they put Zelda, like they're juggernauts, and they made them fight that year. I was like, I knew it was going to be Breath of the Wild or it was going to be Mario Odyssey.
I knew it was gonna be.
I
But
didn't know which one was going to win. I'm not going to say I just knew Breath of the Wild was going to win.
I did.
Because Mario Odyssey is amazing. That game is I love it.
But it's
Not
also
the best Mario game, but
it's
an
also
amazing game.
nigga a Mario game come out like every motherfucking year.
That's
Zelda
and,
don't
and,
come out
and
that often.
people do that. No, they don't. Mario,
But when
Mario, and Mario's mainline games have nothing to do. Like Mario Party, that has nothing to do with Super Mario.
It's
Odyssey.
Mario though.
Like,
it's Mario though.
It's not
Like
take away
but
from
them
a Mario game coming out.
them motherfuckers come out and they get made and they get sold. 2018. Let's go. Next year.
Whoa. Niggas didn't even
Whoa.
say 2017. Well, hold you.
Yeah.
That's not your show, Phil.
It was not shit in 2017. We did. I literally agreed. I literally agreed.
We didn't say our personal ones.
I have no personal because I didn't play shit this year.
Yeah, you got a real gamer. 2017. This nigga just skipped over the best year like it was nothing.
What came out this year?
What?
What?
Anyways.
Who is that? Who is he?
Fucking Mario Kart? Like what are we talking about here?
Anyways,
get here.
Go ahead. You go ahead, Psycho. You say what you.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. My personal game of the year with those games. Persona 5. Persona 5 was game of the year. Okay. Persona 5 was an amazing. That was my first. That was my first Persona game. That game was heat. That game was so good. It made me go back and play 3. Like, did that Persona 5?
No, 3.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I wanted you to say you did it just for comedic.
No.
So, anyways, now that he was done dicking, Persona 5, Persona 5 was my game of the year too. Persona 5 is actually my second favorite game of all time. It's that
What's
good.
your first?
That game is amazing.
My favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy VII. The original Final Fantasy VII, not the remake. So Final Fantasy VII, the original, and then we have Persona 5.
Okay, hear me out though. Fucking games of the year, easily 2018. Easily.
Yeah, and
can't be that easy.
It's easy. It's easy.
Red Dead 2 was the best game that came out that year. God of War.
Easily, yes.
God of War should not
have. God of War. It shouldn't have, but it was still a good game. It was still a great game.
That's all that needs to be said. God of War shouldn't have won. Red Dead 2.
We're taking too long on this year.
Yeah, 2018. It was whatever. It was cool.
Oh God, I know what's coming next. Is it this year? Cool. Oh no! Oh, never mind. It's not this year.
Mm-hmm.
We got Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Smash Ultimate, and the Outer Worlds.
I'll tell you what mine isn't. It's definitely ain't Death Stranding.
The winner was Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
I'll tell you it ain't Death Stranding. I'll tell you that right now.
No, mine is Devil May Cry 5. I disagree.
Y'all getting out of order. We getting out of hand. Like, come on, we got to keep it.
All right, my fault.
My fault.
Disagree.
I don't know, actually.
I disagree.
I don't know. I want to. Yeah, I'll agree. Sekiro is kind of a banger.
Sekiro.
I'll agree. I'll agree.
I disagree.
I would, yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
I disagree. Actually, I don't disagree. Why I disagree is I think Smash should have won. I to this day, like even back then, I said Smash should have won. I still think Smash should have won. Smash is that game. That game is actually insane. But my personal winner was Fire Emblem Three Houses. And I'm not gonna talk too much about Fire Emblem Three Houses because I know nobody here played it. But that game was a 10 out of 10 for me. This year seemed a little dead. It seemed like nobody want to talk about nothing that happened this year. So let's move on to the very controversial.
Yes, sir.
This is super controversial here.
Yes, sir.
This is when I personally was like, I think these men may not be qualified to say what game of the year is anymore. I disagree. I so strongly disagree with this year. It made me question every year prior to this year, and that's exactly why we're making this video, because I was like, I need to see what they've done over the years, because there's no way like they're just incompetent. There's no way they thought this was game of the year.
Right.
Nominees for 2020, we had The Last of Us Part 2, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, and Hades. The winner of 2020 was The Last of Us Part 2.
Of course.
Agree or disagree?
Disagree. Strongly.
I agree.
As fuck.
I agree.
Disagree strongly as shit.
I agree.
I also disagree.
Strongly.
That was 2020 was a stacked year, actually.
I disagree.
I disagree with that also, but
well, obviously you. No. Anyways.
Yeah. Nah, go ahead and say what you say. Say what you need to say.
I don't think you got the
mental fortitude.
No, not that. I don't think you got the game library to be commenting on some of these years. But you know, that's just me.
That might be just you, but I can be a critic, bitch.
Who you speaking on though? Like, who was that for? Because
that's gotta, you know. My bad. Well, that's my boy Broderick. You my boy. I love you to death, but I don't think you got it in your repertoire to be speaking about certain these games. Certain games.
What? What game? What game?
Any of them. Like, if it's not a Rockstar game or a sports game, I don't even think you should speak on it.
That's cap.
We're not gonna speak.
That's cap as hell.
We're not gonna speak.
My game of the year for one of the years was The Witcher. You idiot. You know what? You got it.
Look, we're not gonna speak on his library or what he like. We're not gonna attack him as a person. But what I can
say is The Last of Us Part 2 was not game of the year in 2020.
I have the game library. I play lots of games, and I'm very open to any type of game. It doesn't matter what it is.
Me too. Word.
But The Last of Us 2 just was not it.
I don't agree with that.
Personally, I know I ain't even gonna get too much into the Naughty Dog fans, but y'all know.
What? What's wrong with Naughty Dog fans? Enlighten us, please.
Like,
look at you.
Look
at you right now.
Personally, I've said earlier, my favorite game of all time was Final Fantasy VII, the original. So obviously, my game of the year for this year was Final Fantasy VII Remake. When they announced this game, I went crazy. I love Final Fantasy VII, and the remake was even hard.
Wait, was it
like it?
When the other half of that game dropping?
What do you mean the other half of the game,
dude?
You mean like two? Like how they had like The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2?
No, but that's different though. That's not like The Last of Us 2. Like that's
get too much into that.
Okay. Okay, I'm through with it.
Also, we had another game that was also better than Last of Us 2. Hades dropped this year. Hades could have easily took that. Hades was an amazing game. That game got snubbed so hard. I would see either Final Fantasy VII or Hades win over that. I can even see Animal Crossing New Horizons win over Last of Us Part 2. Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, I was like Hades. Hades. Yeah, Final Fantasy. Doom
Eternal is
come on.
no.
Doom
That game is crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Doom Eternal is a first person. Like, if you want a high action game, like where you're just constantly shooting and just like blood pumping, like Doom Eternal. If you want to play a game, you gotta rub holy oil on your body after. You like shooting, like if you like first person shooters and you never played Doom, you have to play Doom. Amazing game.
Facts.
But you know,
here you go.
I can see I can see why all of y'all can, you know, I see why y'all would think that these games are better than Last of Us, but they're just not. And
my game library
and the winner shows that, like, it won.
That's
like,
not true.
So like,
that's exactly why
the logic you want to. Is that the logic you want to go by? Because we just disagreed with half the fucking game of the year. It's like,
bro.
We try to see if this is like this is the reason we're doing this, to see if these niggas be right. And
okay, but
afterwards, we can look at the whole list and we can count how many they had right. But to be honest, this year they missed. They missed.
So you wanna say all them niggas was wrong all them other years, but they was like, yeah, this
they did some with this shit. Like they did.
So you said them niggas in the fucking meeting was like, we gotta get it right this year.
They got to.
We got to.
I'm talking to two people. Talking to two people who didn't beat the game. So like, you know,
I did not beat that game. You're true. You're right. But I watched that game, and let's not act like The Last of Us for the most part is not a story driven game. That's why you're playing The Last of Us. I'm not talking about The Last of Us gameplay. I'm sure the gameplay was okay. I mean, it's The Last of Us at the end of the day. But it's Naughty Dog. They know how to make games. They've been making games for a long time. They know what they're doing. But that story, which is the main part of the game, I just couldn't rock with.
Moving on.
It ain't nothing to move on to,
first
nigga.
off, I already told you. I told you this is my show. I say when we move on, nigga.
We can't move on. This ain't it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Keep it pushing.
If I had to pick one, I'm picking that Crossing. Animal Crossing.
Of course you are.
Why? Because it's a baby game.
Of course you are.
Everybody said
it's a baby game.
Yeah.
Fuck Last of Us. All right, I'm done.
Yeah. What he said. Now let's move on to the
Can't believe this nigga tried to try me. Fuck you, bitch.
Let's move on to the last one we have. It Takes Two. Whoa.
Oh wait, I forgot.
Huh?
I forgot we had another year. I'm tripping.
Yeah, the last one we have It Takes Two, Deathloop, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village.
I will tell you it ain't Resident Evil Village, and I have a strong opinion about that game.
So the winner this year was It Takes Two. Agree or disagree?
I will say I agree because it's very innovative, but I disagree because I don't think it should. It was a very innovative game, but at the same time I disagree because Deathloop was also pretty innovative, and I like that game. But
boy, watch your mouth when you talking about that loop, boy.
Not that loop.
Don't talk about
it. My turn?
Nah.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, bro. You got something to say. Go ahead.
I don't feel like it should have won. And you said It Takes Two is innovative. I don't see how, when literally he's come out. This is his second game. A Way Out was the same way. Hell, you can even make the argument that the Army of Two was the same way. Co-op games, like, this ain't nothing new. Like, this ain't nothing new. This ain't innovative. It ain't.
It was innovation.
How was it innovation? What was so innovative about it?
Nigga, the story was great. All right, first of all, since we want to talk about story, the story was great. Okay, you put in two fucking parents about to go through a divorce. They turn into fucking plush stuffed animals, and then you fighting against vacuum cleaners and fucking dust bunnies and shit. That shit different. The art design. The level design, nigga, you can't sit here and tell me this shit wasn't fire. Like, who really think about, damn, I'm about to make you into two stuffed animals, and the level design is just going to be household items, couches, fucking vacuum cleaners, Tide Pods. Like, nigga, come on, that's
talking about Ant Bully, my nigga.
You talking about Ant Bully? You talking about any Toy Story game? You talking talking about Little Big Planet, my nigga.
What? Little Big Planet.
Fuck it.
It's the same
Buzz
thing.
Life? Like
what are you talking about?
Nigga. You're
I'm not
two parents
I'm
going
not
through
disagree that innovative thing, but that whole like you small and household items, like that's been done a lot.
But at the
It's not
same time,
innovative.
but at the same time, like I literally just said, you're two parents about to go through a divorce, and the dynamic of the fact that you guys are going through a divorce, and now you have to work together to get through the levels, and it fucking builds your relationship back up, like that's some big brain shit, Nick.
Wow, it's like I've seen that before.
What in The Last of Us? My fault.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To me,
watch out.
I can agree with
In
it.
a video game though, like
I don't have like too much of a fight in the 2021. I just had personal, like my personal was Metroid Dread.
Metroid Dread's fire.
I never played a Metroid before, so Dread was like kind of new to me. I never really played the like the Vania type game, so like when I played Dread, it was like new, it was fresh. I became a Samus fan. I was never a fan of Samus. I didn't think she was that cool, but Dread really turned me into a believer. So that was my personal one. If it wasn't Dread, I'm gonna have to go. I didn't do any honorable mentions, but this game, not only did it get snubbed, like because it wasn't nominated for like much, and it wasn't even in here. Like if we gonna keep it like honest, like it's some things that it could have went in over some of these nominees on here.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy not being up here is a crime.
Facts.
It's
That's
no
a
way.
banger.
It's
Facts.
no way they didn't put
That's
Guardians of the Galaxy up here.
Facts.
I find it hard to believe, and this is what I'm talking about. Where I'm just like, these dudes, like maybe we need a new board. Like, look, hit me up, put me on there. Like I would do these games justice because there's no way you do not nominate the Guardians of the Galaxy for at least Game of the Year. Like at least a nomination. That's crazy to me.
And I was like, when I saw the gameplay of it at E3, like I can attest, I was like, this shit looks kind of meh. But like, nah, when the game came out, and I was like, yeah, I'm wrong. This shit's fire.
Facts.
Another game that I will say was pretty decent this year was I don't know when it came out. When did it come out? Let me see. Before I say this and look stupid. It came out September. Oh, Kenna Bridge of Spirits. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I agree
game.
with that. I bought that game.
Pretty cool game.
Yeah, it was good. It was
Game of the year? I don't know, but like
nah, not Game of the Year.
Like,
it was
pretty
basically
cool.
solid. It was
pretty
solid.
cool game. Like, you know. What else came out this year? Shit, that's about it. This year is kind of yeah, that's honestly about I can find from this year for real. Control was cool.
Control did not.
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah, it didn't. Came out right last year. Yeah, it came out last year.
Control came. I don't even think it was last year. I think Control kind of.
Control
Yeah,
did come out this year.
2021.
No, it didn't. It was literally a nominee for one of the past years.
Oh no, that's the PS5 version. I'm tripping. That's why.
Look, you need to stop looking at these lists saying wrong information. Like Smash came out in 2019.
Yeah,
2018.
Like, watch out, dude.
So did Smash not come out in 2018?
It did,
oh my goodness, please.
It came out in December. Might as well not have.
Please.
It came out in 2018. I didn't.
Oh my God, please.
You were wrong. Anyways,
it came out in 2018.
We're gonna look back, and I'm gonna do a tally, and we're gonna see if these, you know, how accurate they have been in our opinion, and we're gonna say if we need to pack these niggas up, if we need a whole new board room or what, because let me see. So 2011 we had Elder Scrolls. Did y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
That's one for them. 2012 we had Telltale Walking Dead. Did we agree?
Did not agree. 0 for 2.
No.
0 for 2.
I agree with that, but I'm in the minority, so I guess they don't got that year. So 2013 we had GTA 5. Do we agree or disagree?
I agree.
I guess.
Okay,
Nah,
so that's
how you
2
feel?
years. That's 2 years. All right, so 2014, it was Dragon Age. I know nobody agreed with that. So they're 2
Nah.
for 2. Okay.
2 for 2. How? Oh yeah,
Because
you're right. You're right.
they had
2 for 4. 2 for 4. 4
Yeah,
years.
I mean, I was saying like 2 yes, 2 no's. That's what I'm saying.
2 for 4.
Let me see. What's that? 2015, they had The Witcher 3.
Agreed.
I agree.
Okay, that's 3. Overwatch,
Agreed.
I agree.
that's 4.
Now if we get to the end of this video, we all look.
Let's see. We got Breath of the Wild.
I agree.
That's 5.
No, we about to get to the end of this video.
We got God of War.
Disagree.
Wait, no, I disagree. Read that.
Disagree.
We had Sekiro.
Disagree.
I disagree.
Don't remember.
We had The Last of Us.
I agree.
Disagree.
And then
Oh
we
my
have
God.
It Takes Two.
Disagree.
So what was that? They were 5 for 5. Did we do 10 years? Like 5 yeses and 5 nos.
The
I
fact
think so.
that I don't know.
I think we half and half.
I think we haven't.
That was 10 years. So that's 50%. So okay. You know what it was though, and that's what I was saying. That's why I wanted to go back and I wanted to look at it. The later years, it's not looking too good. But
I feel like in the earlier
years,
years, it was like a definitive, like this is it. This is the game. But like as it went on, it was like
I wouldn't say it was definitive because I didn't agree with them wholeheartedly, but I could see it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I get it. Like GTA 5 is not my game of the year. We talked about that, but I get why it won. You know, like down here when we get down here and it's like Sekiro, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why it won, but like
I don't get it.
mean,
Like God of War, I can kind of like. Actually, I don't kind of get it. Red Dead 2 is my third favorite game of all time. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. That shit go crazy. I'm not finna sit here and lie. God of War, no. Arthur Morgan. I don't know about this Javier. Let's say the Atlas.
Yeah.
Like
come on now.
Dutch
Vanderleer.
like Dutch Vanderleer. Like I'm not finna sit here and play with y'all.
Niggas.
John Marston.
That's God. That is Red Dead 2.
Whoa, you got
Red
the
Dead
2 right there. I don't know about no John fucking Marston.
And
he married a whore.
I don't want to get too much into it because all I'm gonna say is I smell some bull on that one. So I'm like, that one's a little fishy for me because I remember watching that Game of the Year. I mean, I remember watching those Game Awards, and I remember hearing all the nominees, and I'm hearing Red Dead 2 win, Red Dead 2 wins, Red Dead 2 wins, Red Dead 2 wins, and then you get to the final Game of the Year, God of War. Make it make sense.
The math ain't mathing.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Yeah, for sure.
So they 50%. I give them. I guess they don't got to get packed up yet, but that.
This year gonna tell.
Yeah. This
year gonna tell. This is the deciding year.
Yeah,
we'll revisit this next January and see what these niggas said.
Yeah,
man.
They gonna pick some random shit like fucking I don't even know what the fuck come out this year.
Okay. I don't think you can get it wrong this year. Though.
They will. They will. I know you want it to be Elden Ring.
Breath of the Wild 2 come out this year.
Oh. Well, I was like, I think you wanted to be Elden Ring, which I mean,
Breath of the Wild 2 might come out, and then you also have God of War that might come out.
That's facts.
There's a very big chance that they can still get it wrong though. We got to remember who we're dealing with.
That is true.
They're gonna pick fucking Dying Light 2, Stay Human.
Like I'm not gonna lie to you. 2022 stat.
It is.
I'll give it that.
2022
I'll
stat.
give it that. Hell yeah, I'll give it that.
But yeah, that's it. That's about all we can like. They 50%. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't
like,
terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
they tried their best.
Like it's
Hell yeah.
like it's an F, but like it's it don't get you packed up yet. Nah. If they miss next year,
they out of here.
Yeah,
man. We gonna have to get rid of them. We gotta figure it out.
Oh God.
Hey, but on the real though, if y'all made it this far through this video, you a real one, cause I know this bitch at least like 50.
They won't make it.
This bitch at least by 50.
They won't.
So like, if you made it this far, I applaud you. We appreciate you for tuning in. Fuck Resident Evil. This last one that came out. No, nigga, the last one that came out. Like I said, fuck the last Resident Evil that came out.
Okay. If y'all want to check that nigga out, y'all can go follow him. He can tell y'all. I'll put it in the description. He can.
So you like this past Resident Evil? It was great.
I'm not gonna talk about that.
Good.
If y'all want more of him, y'all go check him out.
Was it good?
Anyways, that's it.
They ain't gonna answer my question, yo.
What we do here is go back.
Flawed.